Hey everybody, it is Professor Parish and welcome back to English 109. This is going to be the week 3 lecture video. So what I'm doing is that I'm on our course page now. I'm recording this on Saturday a little bit early, so it'll be posted a little earlier than our normal videos, but I wanted to go ahead and get this recorded and sent out to you all. You can find the lecture videos, of course, in our announcement sections. I've got week 1 and 2 uploaded here, and then also in our resources. So what I'm going to do is go to our assignments page and then scroll down here to week 3. So if you've not completed week 2's assignments, please make sure to do so. But I'm going to focus on week 3, which is set to open for you all. Week 3 is going to have 2 assignments. It's going to have your discussion forum and then the writing prep for your very first paper, which is cause and effect. So the discussion forum, I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like here. The discussion forum for week 3 is introducing cause and effect. So what we're going to do is actually there is a video to watch here. You can click on this video and a link will post to that video. Basically what it's talking about is required readings. So if you've did any literature classes in high school, which I'm assuming most of you have, then you probably know that in high school you had certain books that you were required to read in your English classes. For some of you, this may be works of Shakespeare. For others, it may be a different novel depending on what high school you went to. I know for my high school, my freshman year, we had to read To Kill a Mockingbird. And then my sophomore year, we read Great Expectations. And then my junior and senior year, my instructor is actually really into medieval literature. So we did a lot of focus on Shakespeare, and we did a lot of focus on early English, like medieval King Arthur literature, Canterbury Tales, things like that. So it was a big blend of different genres of literature ranging from medieval to modern. So that was my high school experience, but you all probably had very different high school experiences and very different text to read. So this video talks about why did we read the stories that we did in high school? What was the impetus for this? What is that called? And Lindsay Ellis is a video essayist who I really like, and she does things in kind of a fun, humorful way, but she describes what those types of texts are called. And I'm not going to say it because that's the first question of your discussion post, but she talks about what they're called, why they were chosen the way that they were, and what they meant to us as high school students reading them. The Outsiders was another book that I read in high school too. So basically for this discussion forum, just watch the video. It's about 10 minutes long, and then answer the 3 questions here. And I'm really curious to see what you all read in high school and how similar and different it was, because I know we have several different age ranges in this class. I know we have several different high schools represented. So I'm really curious what all everyone read and if there's any connections or differences. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of difference, but I'm also excited to see how similar they are as well. So that's the discussion forum for this week. As far as reading goes, we are looking in week 3. Let me post this up here. We are looking at week 3 at reading chapters 5 and chapters 10. So chapter 5 is just continuing on this discussion about writing and various types of writing and just gathering research, things like that. But chapter 10, pages 212 to 225, specifically focuses on cause and effect. So if you've never written a cause and effect paper before, you definitely need to look at chapter 10 because it's going to give you examples of cause and effect, and it's also going to tell you what makes up a cause and effect paper. So it's a really good chapter. It's very, very informative and has a lot of examples and information to kind of help you get a mindset of what type of paper that is. But with that in mind, we're going to click on the cause and effect paper here, and I'm actually going to show you all what that looks like. So the writing prep, let me pull it up here. The writing prep is actually designed to help me understand what you're going to be talking about. So in the directions, you can see that the writing prep is basically for me to see what is your topic, what is the purpose of your topic, and then what is an outline of your paper. So I kind of want to get a rough sketch of what your paper is going to look like before you start the drafting process. And the reason for this is kind of multifaceted. Let me pull this writing prep up to show you all what it looks like. Most of our writing preps are going to look like this in Word, so that should help you keep kind of track of everything. And it's going to pull it up. Here we go. So our first paper in this class is a cause and effect based on chapter 10. Cause and effect essentially is that something happens, there are causes or reasons for it, and then you talk about the effects. So a cause and effect topic could be something as simple as teen smoking. What are the causes of teen smoking? Why do teens often take up cigarettes? That's a cause. And then the effect would be, okay, what is the effects of that? And you would describe the effects. So it can be something as simple as that. It can be more complex. It can be something straightforward. As long as there are causes and effects in your paper that are explained, that's the main point of this type of paper. And chapter 10 outlines it very well. What we do for the writing assignments is you have an introductory paragraph, you have your main topic, your points. Your paper overall is going to be at least 3 full pages, double spaced, but it can be longer than that. But for this writing prep, I don't want your full paper. I do not want your full draft. No, that will come later. What I want is if you scroll down below here, you'll see this thing that says for your writing prep, you create an outline. And this is kind of the basic structure of your outline. Your introduction, you can just give me a sample of what you're going to talk about. What is your thesis? What is the topic of your paper? What are the points you're going to talk about? And here's where you put the points. So if I was doing the topic of smoking, cause and effects, I could say that point 1 of my paper would be the causes of smoking, why people do it. And I can put that here on there. My second point would be the effects of smoking, what happens. And then my last point could be something like, how can we change the cause and effects? So how can we stop people from starting smoking? How can we help the effects? So that would kind of be my paper. And I would do that in 3 full pages or more. And then obviously I put work in progress under conclusion because most people have no clue how they're going to end their paper. Some people do. Some people work opposite. I know some people that write their conclusion first, as weird as that sounds, and then they work backwards. I can't ever do that, but I know some people do. So kudos to you if that's your writing style. But if you don't know how you're going to end your paper, it's fine. Just keep it as work in progress. But I just want this to be a bare bones skeletal structure of your paper and what you're going to talk about. I don't want to see your full draft yet. That's going to come later. So the writing prep is just designed to give me an idea of what you're going to write about so that I can make sure that it is in fact a cause and effect topic and that you're not veering off course. But it's also to give you an outline and a structure to help combat procrastination. Because I'll be honest with y'all, when I was a freshman and sophomore in college and all throughout high school, I hated outlines. I hated them. I was like, I don't need an outline. I can just chuck out a paper in a couple hours. Who needs an outline? And you know, being an English major, writing papers wasn't as difficult for me as it is for some students. That worked for a while. But then the harder the classes got for me in college and the more elaborate the papers got, the more I struggled with that whole sitting down the night before and checking out a draft. It got really hard, and it's still really hard. So this is to combat that. This is to give you an outline so that when you do sit down to write your paper, you're not struggling. That you're like, okay, I have an outline, let me just follow that and I can stay focused. Because I think that's the hardest part of writing any paper is staying on topic and staying on task and not rambling or getting off course. And an outline is a perfect combatant to that. It's a perfect counter where you can go back to this and say, no, here's my structure, I'm going to stick with it, and that will help you stay on course. And you can always add to that structure if you need to, but you at least have something in place to fall back on. So that's the idea of this assignment, is just to give you a structure and an outline. It's a prep. It will probably change and evolve and develop as you write, but it's something to get you started. So that's all I want for this week, the discussion forum, and to see what your topic and outline for paper 1 is going to be. And the writing prep itself is due on Sunday. Your discussion forum posts are due Friday as always, and then your responses to your peers are due Sunday. And so far, everybody's been doing a really good job on the discussion forum. You all are answering really detailed in your posts, which I love, and you're giving really good responses. If you've gotten a 19 out of 20 or an 18 out of 20 on your posts, that's still an A. That's okay. That just means that maybe you had a grammatical error or some spelling errors in your posts or your responses. That's all that means. So don't freak out. I've had some students be like, why am I getting 18 out of 20s? It's just grammatical or spelling. So if you keep seeing that, maybe just proofread your posts and double check punctuation and formatting before you submit. But an 18 out of 20 is still a 90%. It's still an A, so I wouldn't worry about it. If you're getting 17s and 16s, then that means that maybe your responses are too short or your posts didn't answer all of the questions. So that's kind of a nice way to keep track of how you're doing with the discussion forums. But so far, everybody's been doing really good. So kudos to y'all and cheers to that. But that's this week. It's a really straightforward week. I know you guys have Labor Day this coming weekend. We'll have Monday next week off. So this is just to get us started on paper 3. I am going to go ahead and open up the drop boxes for week 4. Week 4 is going to have a grammar review, a textbook activity, and the week 4 discussion post. So there's going to be a few more assignments that week. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up for you all so that you can see it. But otherwise, if you have any questions, as always, please let me know. Like I said, our textbook is really straightforward, and I feel like it's pretty easy to navigate. But if you have any questions about the writing prep, about the discussion forum, anything like that, don't hesitate to let me know. But otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, take care, and I'll talk to you all again very soon.